Today I'm going to be making these Bakehouse cinnamon donut sticks. These are cinnamon sticks dough with icing. We bought these at Aldi because Bakehouse is an Aldi brand for $1.49. Basically what you need is you need this, and you need a pan of oil heated up to around 350 degrees or so. And you just need some pair of tongs, and it says a pizza cutter to cut them, but you don't have to have a pizza cutter, just a knife is fine as well. So you're going to heat your oil to 350. You're going to open these up. Well, I'll be able to read the calories probably afterwards. 3 donut sticks with the icing is 140 calories. And
deep fried with icing is 220.
So once you deep fry them, it's 220.
Yeah, it's nobody's going to eat them raw. So so it's going to be 220 calories once you deep fry them and put icing on them. So you're opening the package just like you would
just like any other
Pillsbury or whatever.
So there's your packet of frosting or icing, your glaze. Get all that out of the way. And it says to roll these out. I will find the end sooner or later. And they said they're about 13 inches long, and it says to roll them out into thirds. So basically I'm going to open these all up, and then I'll take my pizza cutter. And I guess the pizza cutter just cuts it a little smoother. I mean, you could use a knife, like I said. It's got big hunks of cinnamon in there too. Look at those big hunks in there.
It's a shame you can't just deep fry it in a roll like that.
Just deep fry the whole thing?
Yeah, just deep fry the whole roll. Just stick the whole roll in there.
I'm glad they went ahead and split them into like strips though, because it would have been hard to do the strips on your own.
Oh, I agree. They look like they're full of cinnamon pieces. It looks really
like
good.
Little chips. They're like little hard chips. There we go. And like I said, roll them. You want to cut them basically into thirds. So there's about a half. So that's about a third. There's about a third. I don't know. It doesn't have to be exact. Some of these are much, much bigger than the other ones. So I'm just going to take them and put them in your hot oil. And do about 3 or 4 of them at a time. And they only set for about, you only cook them for about 30 seconds per side. I mean, yeah, 30 seconds or so per side, but you'll see when they get kind of.
And these, this is the only directions on these. So
yeah, there's no baking.
Yeah, there's no baking. When I bought these, we bought them they were in the refrigerated section next to, they were over near the meats, weren't they?
Yeah, I think. Were there other dessert kind of things?
But they weren't with like the Pillsbury
like
the cookies.
And stuff. Yeah, they weren't with any of that stuff.
Yeah, they weren't with the cookies. But I expected to bake these in the oven just like you would one of those other kits. This one's not like that. You only deep fry this, so you just need to be prepared for that, because I was expecting to bake it and I got a surprise.
So I'm waiting until they get kind of a golden brown. So they're getting to be a little golden. They're hard to flip, let me tell you that. Looks like it has a little squirt thing right here.
Oh, okay. So you cut it with a pair of scissors, yeah. That would, if you don't put any more than 4 in there, it's going to take you forever to do.
Yeah, and you're supposed to serve them warm.
Yeah, it's going to take forever to do all those. Did it tell you to only do 4 at a time?
3 or 4, yeah. You just don't want to drop the temperature of oil too much.
Oh, well, I think I would put like 6 or 8 in there.
Yeah, so there you go, basically. You just keep going until you've got them all fried. I think I can safely do those. So you let these sit for a minute. And then I just cut the top off of that. The second batch seems to always cook faster than the first batch for some reason. I guess because your oil's heated up a little more. So my first batch is ready to get frosting on them. So I'm just going to take this and just literally.
There's not much to show you on this can.
You know, once you pull the label on it.
Yeah, okay, so pick one.
Grab this one. It's actually really, really good.
I love the texture.
Yeah, you get this like fluffy inside and you get this really crisp outside. And the glaze is sweet, but it's not overly sweet. I don't get a lot of cinnamon though.
I think it has a nice cinnamon flavor.
It's not like a cinnamon roll.
Did you get little crunchy pieces? I think those.
Outside.
Oh, now see, I got like little, like I got something that was crunchy on the inside.
They're very good. I mean, it's fried dough.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah.
The only problem with these is it's going to take you a little while to fry them all. So if you're making it for people, you would get the last batch.
Yes.
And go ahead and make them for other people. Let them take whatever they want.
Yes, let them start eating.
Yeah, and then that way they're good and warm, and then you just eat the last few that you make. That's what you're going to have to do because by the time you got done making all of them, unless you had a big pan, like a skillet with a lot of oil in it, by the time you got done, the first ones are going to be stone cold.
That's what I would recommend. If you have a pan like that you make fried chicken in, we have a great big pan. Now that I know how this works.
Yeah, they're only going to float on this much oil.
Yeah,
really,
you don't you don't need a ton of oil. So I would get a great big pan so that you could fit almost all of them in there at one time in that great big pan that we have. And that way you could do them in one, maybe two batches.
Right.
Because we didn't know how much the surface area we would need. And so we did it in a smaller pan, which
that's what they recommended. They recommended a 3/4 or something like that pan.
Yeah, it works, but I think a bigger pan is going to be your best bet.
2 to 4 quart saucepan is what they recommend.
Right.
At 350 degrees. By the way, I did get my thermometer out and measured. So
he did because he wanted to make sure it was hot enough before you put it in there. Because if it doesn't sizzle when you put it in there, it gets soggy. These, they're good. They're delicious. There's nothing wrong with them. As far as flavor goes, I would give them a 5 out of 5. I love the crispness of them. I love the cinnamon flavor. It's not too much. The icing is delicious. However, I personally would not buy them again because I would rather get the cinnamon rolls that you just bake and not dirty up my kitchen for these. I mean,
it's a different texture though.
It is a different texture.
These are crispy and they've got that fried flavor.
And those are bready. Those are doughy.
Yeah.
They're doughy.
So it's a different thing entirely. If you really want that fried dough.
These are better. I
think they're better too.
Oh, they're much better.
I think they're worth the trouble if you've got time to do it.
Yes. Because these are truly better because they are deep fried. It's like fair food. You know, of course it's delicious. But usually, I'm thinking are most moms and dads on a Saturday morning going to want to get deep fry all this stuff?
It's true.
Probably not. Yeah. But if you don't mind, then you should get these because they truly are very, very good. So I hope you enjoyed the video and thanks for watching.